Hi everyone, this is Wmwesports, the F2 2020 cars. We're in the ART and this is our qualifying lap at Zandvoort in the Dutch Grand Prix. So we're only going to do the one lap on the soft. We're down in P14, obviously we haven't done a lap yet. And with the high tyre we're here, we're only going to do the one lap. Really fast, nice track, it's a bit like a roller coaster. I don't know how it'll be when F1 finally get there. I think it's September now it's scheduled, because overtaking can be quite difficult here, and with all the fast corners, the dirty air, etc, etc. But qualifying will be mega here in the F1 cars these days. So we had a purple first sector there. I really struggle with this corner. I just don't know when to put my foot down and struggle to get traction from it. This is another one, a really difficult traction zone. And obviously these F2 cars have less downforce than the F1 cars that I'd normally drive. So I've got to be mindful of that as well. So the yellow flag, some of that won't affect us as we come around the banking. P4 on the times, it says fastest lap. That's a nice Codemasters glitch. And as you can see there, we'll start in P4. 6/10 off pole, but a shot for a podium nonetheless. So we'll get straight to the race. So as you can see, it's a wet Grand Prix. All lights red. Go. We managed the wheel spin really well in the wet. Laverick behind to get a much better start though. So he's going to pop around the outside. We're going to pick our braking spot really carefully as Matty in front of us is squirming all over the place. Still squirming, nearly bashes into us. We give him the room to go through the carousel corner. Probably one of the most satisfying corners this on the whole game. And we get a much better drive when we're able to go straight around the outside of him there. So P4, we've kept grid position, got Laverick in front of us. I think Skarma ahead of us. He's saying AI. I think he's having some networking issues. The game system has been really bad since around Christmas time, to be honest, with network issues, lagging, etc, etc. The league didn't really have any issues prior to that. So we're going to chase down Laverick now, who's in P2. It's so slippery out here though. So we're just going to get straight past Skarma's AI here. I'm probably more nervy passing AI cars than I am actual people, because the AI can be just as unpredictable at times. So as you see, Laverick's in front of us, he's struggling. Mini Laverick's already about 4 seconds in the lead. He's bolted. We get a better run through the banking in Laverick. We're catching again, the slipstream, get out the slipstream. We're alongside him. We brake a bit later, tighter line, and that's that overtake done. So we're going to go chase up Mini Laverick now, who's already got a 4-second head start on us. And now we're on P6, and as you can see, Mini Laverick's got a 5.5-second lead over us. We've got a 10-second lead from the other Laverick behind us. There's a yellow flag out somewhere in front of us. And there's Adam there, I think he may have had a spin. Oh, and the safety car's out. And that's the reason why Mini Laverick's out. Into the wall. So we've inherited the lead here. Our engineer just offered us to change our strategy a bit and pit a few laps sooner, which it'd be the best option. Of course, as it's a wet weather race, there's no mandatory pit stop in this race, but it'll just make sense to pit now. Get a fresh pair of wets on, no inters and F2 of course. So we do pit. And at the moment it's an ART 1-2. However, Metcalf in front of us hasn't pitted, so he'll be struggling on them tyres soon. So the plan would be to hopefully pass Metcalf soon. Maybe we'll do us a favour as a teammate and let us pass. And he can hold up the rest of the grid then, depending on what he's up to, if he's going to stay out for longer, or I think he may have not pitted under the safety car because I pitted. Pit stops of course take forever in F2 compared to the F1. So we're a bit cautious as we have a look. The track seems a lot wetter now since the safety car. It seems just a lot more slippery. Metcalf's got good pace considering his tyres are about 10 laps older than everyone else's. So at the moment it's an ART 1-2. But I don't think Metcalf's going to go another 9 laps on them tyres. I mean, fair play to him if he can. But as you can see just from my first sector time, we're 1.2 seconds down in one sector. So the track does feel a lot slippery. Maybe it's the new tyres, they're not warmed up properly, I'm not sure. And as you can see just off the mini-map there, I have no idea what's happening behind us. But there's a load of cars stopped on a corner. We get out of shape there. And so we lose quite a bit of time, and Rob's now going to catch up with us. And really, we're going to have to hope the Metcalf pits this lap for tyres, because we're being held up now, and Rob, Brown Dog and Matty are catching us. And Rob's going to be all over the back of us soon unless we do something. We get really good speed out of there though, and we're able to drop Rob a certain amount and catch up with Metcalf. There's no DRS of course, for 2 reasons really. One, there's just been a safety car, and 2, it's a wet weather race, so the stewards have disabled DRS. As I said earlier, this track's difficult to overtake on anyway, so without DRS and not being able to see and not really trusting your brakes that much, it makes it even more difficult. But we've closed up to Metcalf again. We're dropping Rob slightly.
Probably because the older wet's a bit like an inter, and I think
so as you can see by just sector times, I'm still not as confident on these tyres as of yet. I'm still losing a lot of time to what I was doing at the start of the race. Our traction does seem better than Metcalf though when we're coming out of corners, at the moment. And we're really close to them here, and he's a bit out of shape there, so we're going to get on the back of him. And I know we're going to be really, really quick out of the banking area. We've got really good speed out of there.
Whoa, no, stop.
And he's lagging everywhere. There is a yellow flag somewhere, I'm not sure where. So we make a tidy, shoot it up the inside. We might have rubbed wheels. And we're into first place now, and hopefully Metcalf doesn't now pit, and he'll hold up everyone behind him. So you can see here replay of the overtake for the lead. It's pretty straightforward. Slipstream, faster, later on the brakes, squeeze to the outside, and we just get better traction coming out of the corner. And if you look, by the time we start lap 15, Metcalf hasn't pitted and has backed up the rest of the pack. If you can see by the timing screen on the top left, there's quite the queue behind him now, so he's definitely taken one for the team here. But all my tyres are a lot more worn. I've got much more confidence in the car now. I'm able to put my foot down a lot heavier, a lot sooner. And it seems that this lap Metcalf's tyres have finally died. His cars are now managing to get past him. So we set a purple first sector.
15.
So we're still finding speed, even on these old tyres now. I think we changed onto these lap 6. They're about 10 laps old, but we're still finding a lot of speed. I just don't think these straight to the DRS will be enough for F1 cars to overtake on. It's got a similar vibe to the Hungarian, just a bit quicker and more elevation changes, more banking, of course, more interesting corners. So as we finish lap 15, that's the fastest lap of the race, with 11.5 seconds in front of second.
It won't be last.
And then on lap 19, it's just a cruise to the end, looking after our tyres somewhat. We've got a 23-second lead over those behind us, and this is our first win in F1 2020 in F2 2020. Sorry, in this league. Well, that's us in first place. There's our nice little dance on the podium. We spray the champagne. The Welsh flag's on the top spot. Absolutely brilliant race. Really, really pleased with that.
Probably confused. I don't know.
And it's the confirmation of results then. 23.2 seconds.
Yeah, it was the safety
We
car.
managed to take out following that safety car over the rest of the field. Our teammate finished 9th. Great effort by him, and really grateful he managed to back the pack up. In regards to the sprint race, you'll see now I actually forgot to record it, but I will. I managed to get the highlights off the game, so I've shared these as well, just because there's a few funny bits in here. So actually we started 4 because of Codemasters. They don't understand how the F2 2020 grids work. And you'll see a load of cars now turn left. Oh, one actually turned right as well. Matty spins by himself in front of us, and we're in P4 behind Laverick. So we started P4, although we should have started in P8 for the sprint race. And I've got no idea what laps these are all happening on. But that's us defending from Brown Dog, I think it was. So we managed to have enough traction on the outside. I think it was Fred stood behind Brown Dog. I think Fredster may have got his position there. We have a look here on Laverick, who's at 3rd at this point. So at the moment I think it was Mini Laverick, Skarma, Laverick, myself, followed by Fred and followed by Brown Dog. And you can just see there someone spinning behind us. And there's Skarma spinning, and that's P3 for us as me and Laverick go past him. It took me by surprise at that corner, and I'm glad it was ghosted. So on to the last few laps. We have a 3-second penalty at this point for exceeding track limits apparently. But we're catching Laverick, and I really fancied the P2, even if it would change after. But I'm too, I'll break myself in there, lose my front wing. Luckily, Laverick drives on. Although I finished P2 on the road, Laverick gets the P2 and I finish P3.